Welcome back to Lore of Neverwinter. Today we're going to continue with new quests. Let's see what Vocath has for us. The Crime Boss. He's got the Arena Weekly and a new one.
Isn't my style, but I do believe
Confront a Trade Consortium
One of
agent.
my associates from the Trade Consortium dared to quarrel over a contract. She's trying to hide from me on planet Bison.
Okay, so someone made you angry, and we somehow need to go handle this Trade Consortium agent in the planet where all the orcs and elves are fighting, which we've had way too much fun with. And then Supreme Commander Vestra, the Githyanki.
And maybe we will grant you respect. Having brought back my kit rack and liberated the prisoners, you've begun to exhibit both worth and strength.
I've begun to exhibit worth and strength. Okay.
Such attention from me. The asteroid Gradius is becoming a significant nuisance here in Doomspace, while my legion is occupied with the star elves across Wildspace. We cannot redirect our
Gracolid, the Elder Brain, is terrible, must be eradicated. Use a spell I've given you to destroy the stump. Okay. That seems like a necessary color, and also I'm a barbarian, but sure, you've given me a spell to stop the stump. Which is interesting lore that I don't really remember that if you kill a, I assume, Elder Brain, that it regrows itself. I will have to look that up, but I don't really believe that's the case. But let's go take care of that right now. We're going to go to Wildspace, and this is in Doomspace, Asteroid Gradius. We've been here before, helping out the Githyanki, and now we are going to go and travel to where I've seen before. There's a sort of mind flare area. You know, this is the kind of same map they keep repurposing. And over here you can see where the Elder Brain is. We've kind of been doing quests all along this area. There's heroic encounters in here. And then this area has a little pocket of mind flares. And they have a mind flare Elder Brain, which, there's the heroic encounter. So you can see we start getting Dwergar, stuff like that. So here is Gracolid, the Elder Brain. So it is in fact an Elder Brain. No idea kind of how bad this will be. I also did not go for single target stuff, which I should have to really get into give this thing more damage. Oh, there's some interesting stuff. So tentacles spring out. That's cool. I dig that. I dig the little surprise factor, and it kind of like shows up in various different angles and attacks you. It's kind of cool. Dig it. This thing has an unbelievable amount of hit points. Everything these days has like so many hit points you can't even believe it. But what are you gonna do? That's the way it is, and you just sit there and whack at it. Overall, it doesn't seem too bad. There are these tentacles, but they're not terrible if you can avoid them a bit. Move kind of out of such a way that they don't bug you too much. There we go. So Gracolid, the Elder Brain, has been destroyed. There's sort of weird stuff that happened around it. Psychic energy, let's call it. And if you can see, I got this little thing here. Cauterize. Githyanki magic used to permanently destroy Elder Brain stumps, preventing any regrowth. So I hit my F key, and I did something with that. Some kind of spell that cauterized that stump, I guess. So now I guess the mind flares can't do anything based on this. Actually, I can map travel out because I've finished that. So let's see. Let's go do the other one. This. Oh yeah, we also have an explosive one. So let's go to this Confront the Trade Consortium agent. So we'll go to what was it called? Bizunov. And Bizunov is where the orcs and elves were fighting. So we will go check this out. And actually, as we contemplate the beauty of this place, which is really cool, let me look up some info on Elder Brains. So the Elder Brain, it has strong psionic powers, which come from the long dead mind flares that make up its mass. It's composed of many brains as an energy source for its intellect and can communicate telepathically. It can cast spells in some cases. And then its only physical attack is to use tendrils to lash out and grapple an opponent. So Mind Flayers would protect it by putting it in a well-protected cave inside of a city or other place. And what else? It can kind of do Mind Blast stuff. Acts as an advisor of sorts for the various Mind Flayers. He's saying that an Elder Brain marked also the ultimate goal in every Mind Flayer's life when it neared the end of its lifespan. Mind Flayers sacrificed their brain and individual life by merging with the Elder Brain, strengthening its powers and intellect. The average Mind Flayer was unaware that their personality and consciousness were lost when joining with the Elder Brain, and only their knowledge and ideas survived. So it's a secret that was guarded by the Elder Brain. So you think you're gonna like live endlessly through being part of the Elder Brain, but actually it's just your knowledge being sapped, not your personality. So sorry, Mind Flayer ego, you got played. There are a number of Elder Brains that have been detailed in different areas of, well, of course, of Neverwinter, but also of just the Forgotten Realms and other locations. I don't see anything about this stump business, so that may be something that was just made up for the game. But now we're on Bizunov, and we're going to meet with an agent. Trade Consortium agent, so we'll just zip around here today. Instead of my crab mount, I'm using the Tensor's Floating Disc, which, by the way, nice bit of lore. Tensor's Floating Disc is a spell, right? And here I am, I'm a barbarian. How does it work? Well, when I call my mount, a wizard shows up and casts it for me, and now I can kind of cast. They are a little bit bald, but I don't know they're supposed to be Tensor, but that'd be pretty cool if it's actually Tensor showing up to do it. All right, here we go. So we just got... what is this person here? That's our Trade Consortium agent.
Who might you be? I don't know you.
Vocath cannot be threatened. Your pact is void.
Vocath is a fool for not signing this pact. How dare he attempt to twist my words?
Okay. So here I'm attacking the old lady. And she's sort of surprisingly tough. Ah, there we go. So it's actually a Pit Fiend. Pit Fiend Commander. So I thought Vocath was sending me to just deal with some human, and no, because Vocath is messed up. Okay. Nothing like working for a crime lord in the name of good. So the last is place explosives on the Star Moth on Tanis. So, boy, we've done a lot of stuff in Tanis. And we're going to go back there for one more, and I'm sure not last event. Okay, no, Tanis is over here. Asteroid Tanis. This time we're just going to fly right up onto that Star Moth. Boop, 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 boop. Bouncing around. It is a really neat looking planet. I love the glow. The coloring is just fantastic, and it looks so good with the Star Moth showing up there. Really cool. So we will head up the ramp here, which if they were smart, they wouldn't leave there, but they did. And let's see, where do I have to go? Somewhere here. Hack away at these elves. Sure, none of the elves will care that I'm doing this. And where's the spot? There's a spot. Place the explosives. Okay. And light the barrel and then run. Okay. Light the barrel. Okay. That's it. I guess that is a fire. Well, no, it went out. Really? That's it? Okay, that was really unimpressive. That was just like a fire thing there. Okay. Wow. All right, well, we've done our job. That'll teach the elves. And yeah, never mess with Vocath or he'll put a firecracker on your ship. So we'll go back to Doomspace and check it with Vocath and see what he says about all that. Let's go right straight to Vocath.
Friends may turn, I've toiled tirelessly to carve my power and influence in this region.
That was Vocath that just
Don't
said this to the
presume for an
devil.
instant that some infernal charlatan held sway over the esteemed Vocath.
Yep,
That
infernal
devil,
charlatan.
Fuming by the loss, unable to ensnare my soul with its deceitful tricks. I'm far too astute.
That was good not to deal with the devil, but okay.
Serve you well.
Beginning to appreciate my skill. Nobody here really believes me.
I require your expertise once more, as you have proven yourself valuable to my.
Are you acquainted with the asteroid High Turn? Yes.
Are you acquainted with the asteroid High Turn in
Strange
Gavion
object crashed
space?
into it, which caused her to become undead.
Hub, a cornerstone of my
Already Fate
fortunes,
ill.
thanks to the trade consortium.
Rose isn't
Until
living.
that strange
The merchants who owe me still linger there, indebted
wasn't
even
long
on
before
death. I need to
anyone
journey there and
stayed on the
retrieve what the.
asteroid for
Oh,
more than
okay,
a-
yeah, that's great. At no point do you get the chance to just go, no, dude, this is totally messed up.
My
All right.
informants in the
So
region
then-
confirm your success. It's crucial to grasp that critical
So
situations
Tanis is
often
where I just
demand
bombed the thing,
unconventional
and she
actions.
apparently feels really great about this.
I've just received
I'm gonna
troubling
go to
news.
Balloria,
Our
steal a
vital moles were
Xaryxian
exposed and
sending
eliminated.
stone, and defeat astral
Significant
elves to
blow
locate
to
the
us.
key.
She
Oh, I see. A
provided
vital,
crucial
vital
intel on
mole
the
has been
Empire's
exposed.
moves.
So
It's hard to
we
replace
need
her,
to go get
but we've a plan
the sending
needing your
stone
aid if you're
that the Empire uses, and I
Empire
guess we're going to
relies on
somehow be able to
sending
use
stone.
that. Okay. I guess sort of their method of communication, we're going to steal it and act like we're them. I don't know. Sure.
You continue to surprise us with your strength.
Of course I surprise you, yeah. So never trust in your companions. Okay, clean up Isle Zarbos. Travel to asteroid Zarbos. Oh yeah, the juvenile Neolithic. We saw that. That was a new addition. Kind of cool.
Our enduring battle concerns me less
collect
than their
Neolithid
intrusion
scales.
into the Geish colony. Their disruption has allowed tadpoles to endure, birthing danger. Deprived.
So now this is the Githzerai, the enemies of the Githyanki, which we have allied with in the past.
Over 20 of our finest warriors are needed to vanquish a fully grown Neothelid. Show us your might, Istik, and defeat this foul beast before it develops.
So they feast on one another, birthing a lone Neolithid. Over 20 of their finest warriors were needed to vanquish a fully grown Neolithid. Okay. And I'm going to do it alone. Well, that tells you something about how strong you are. Okay, you know, so here I am on Zarbos, and I was looking at this, trying to understand what the text said. So they're saying our old enemy, the Githzerai, the enemy of the Githyanki, because they were once one, enslaved by mind flayers. They freed each other, but they disagreed on how to proceed and how to view their kind of god. And so they split into two groups, the Githyanki and the Githzerai, all in the astral plane. So they have this enduring battle back and forth, though they both hate mind flayers. And so what they're saying is, less than my concern over the fact that there are Githzerai on this asteroid, is the fact that they went and fought a mind flayer colony. The disruption has allowed tadpoles to endure. And this is wild because what they're saying is, I guess the Githzerai did what we exactly were just told to do, which is they killed an elder brain. And when they killed it, they allowed the tadpoles to endure, which, you know, just now, I didn't do anything to take care of tadpoles when I was fighting that elder brain. You know, you cast the stump spell, that's all I did. But what what they're getting here is into the lore of the Neothelid. A Neothelid comes to be when tadpoles from an elder brain are now sitting there without any control in this brine pool that the elder brain used to be in. Those will begin to eat each other one after another until they somehow create one single Neothelid, and that is part of the history of the Neothelids. And the Neothelids are actually not something mind flayers care for. They consider them dangerous abominations that will destroy the tadpoles that are nearby, which can also be used to like create more mind flayers. And so this is actually quite the problem generally, and will exterminate them normally. So the Neothelid can sort of breathe acid, which is pretty scary, both in the game and in this. In the game and in the tabletop game, both Neverwinter MMO and in the actual role-playing game itself. And they can also do a few things that they don't do in this version. So we see it there off in the distance. The Neothelid can actually grab you with its tentacles that are around its mouth and pull you in and swallow you. And then you got to deal a bunch of damage to it to get it to regurgitate you, which it may not do. So yeah, that is not good at all. So we will attack this thing. Wow, that took a lot of damage from my one hit. Also, you can see this sort of psionic purple goo around there. That's a problem. And then it also creates psychic distortions around it, as you saw there, sort of like enemies that are fighting my companion. But I have now defeated it, so that's the end of that. And I think that comes from a sort of attempt to make it look like it's doing the spells that it can cast. It can cast Confusion, Feeble Mind, and Telekinesis in the game. And so maybe the idea is that we are imagining those psychic kind of warriors to be there, and we're just sort of confused and befuddled. But either way, that was not too hard for something that she says that 20 Githyanki top warriors would have to handle. Oh, wait. Here's the scales are somewhere else. Why would the scales be over here? Oh, strange. They're just on the ground? Huh. I don't understand. So for some reason, even though and they're all over the place. Boy, and they weren't all over the place before, so I don't know. Apparently, when you kill a Neothelid, its scales appear all over the place. Or maybe it recently went through here and was just kind of scraping its hide against these areas. None of it makes sense, but I'm gonna have to murderize these folks. So that I can then pick up the scales that are just all over the place. It's kind of funny. All right, just 8 scales. I've got like 40 of them here, whatever you want. Okay, there we go. So in this quest, we are going to steal this sending stone after a vital mole was taken. And normally the way a sending stone works in the lore of the game is that if you have one and I have one, we can talk to each other and hear each other. Okay, so looking at it in the book, the sending stone, the way it works in the current edition is it casts, when you use it, you essentially cast the sending spell on the, and it targets the person who has the other stone. It doesn't say that you know who that person is, so maybe you really can, in the current lore, sort of just be unaware. Oh, they showed up right when I went to take the stone. They are momentarily invulnerable, apparently. That's a problem. Ow, that hurts. Quit. Ouch. Very mean. Stop standing in red glowing areas. Yeah, so it's entirely possible that this works. I think that would be like one of those things that the Dungeon Master would have to make an interpretation. If I steal someone's sending stone and you use it, do you not know it's me? You know, it's not clear. Like, I mean, one would think that you're kind of hearing my voice, so you would know that I don't sound like the person you're trying to talk to, if you know who that is, which you probably should. But yeah, maybe it works. All right, took down the enemy. Now I can pick up my sending stone, which is somehow enormous. All right, so I got that. And now, where do I go? I don't know, just kind of wherever. And I also have to defeat some elves. So I'll defeat some elves and we'll go deposit the sending stone. Well, that was strange. So it turns out I had to kill elves and then randomly one dropped one. So what was this thing I did over here? Maybe I needed a second one? Maybe that's what it was. So I had to like defeat some elves to get the other one. I don't exactly follow. For the unlocking key. Okay, that's strange. That's not how it works, but okay. Okay, so now we come back to camp where I saw that table before, and it looks like now... I think that completed, even though it's still kind of... Oh, there it is. Hey, there's your sending stone, which is huge, but okay. It appears that I did what I needed to do. Alright, so next quest. Cash is king. Collect Vocath ingots from undead merchants. So I guess he kind of gave them some sort of thing that's worth money, and we got to go get it from the asteroid High Turn. You may remember this from previous videos. So they had all something mysterious crashed in, some kind of far realm energy type thing. It's a very cool concept for a quest. You know, this whole area was a thriving mining area or something like that. And you have these ghosts that are, you know, looking for you to do things, and they're undead all over the place, both spirits and zombies. So we're gonna come and get these. So we're basically gonna take out the undead town, which I guess is not as morally terrible as it could be, and get both items from them, it looks like. So Vocath ingots, and looks like they're just sitting around. Somehow we didn't notice them before when we were doing all our other quests, but they're just right there on the ground. Okay. Good. We will pick them up. We don't have enough. We'll go murderize some more undead. Give them rest. Let's say it that way. We're going to give them proper rest. Yeah. Okay, so just walking in has caused me to complete the quest with... can you hear me now? So let's just go and see all of them. So we'll turn it in.
Empires resorting to petty tactics, using bait to ensnare their adversaries.
Alright, so the sending stone's operational. They can apparently somehow hear what's going on.
The sending stone remains operational and will prove valuable as we mobilize resources to planet Vaerduran.
Vaerduran. So we are mobilizing resources to planet Vaerduran. Okay, interesting.
Invaluable.
But now we got another one. Meet with General Eonor's mole on planet Vaerduran.
I usually send one of my dispersing officers to meet with them, but the mole has requested to meet with me personally.
Mole has requested to meet. So she's sending me instead, and of course, if it's something that's gone wrong and not actually meeting, then I will take the fall for it. Very smart. And Vocath is happy about that.
You've proven your worth.
Oh, now we're taking on the Malice Syndicate.
Before I dispatch trade consortium vessels to the staging planet of Vaerduran.
Okay, Vaerduran seems to be like the theme here. So Vocath is going to send trade consortium vessels to Vaerduran as a staging planet for, I guess, our attack on the elves. But first, the Malice Syndicate have caught wind of this intention to amass forces. So I have to go there first and handle their underboss there, so that there's no kind of problems. Okay, thin quest, but I'll buy it. And then our Githyanki.
That Neothelid poses great risk to all who attempt to defeat it in combat. You have shown your strength, and it is to be respected. We will send word to our queen.
And again, like, it's strange that you're saying that the Githyanki did this foolishly when you sent me to kill an Elder Brain and didn't have me do anything. Maybe that cauterize spell also stops all the, you know, tadpoles, but I don't think so. So, alright. Oh, cool. Defeat the charmed red dragon Feryx on planet Vaerduran.
Those Tiskva elves. They wield a potent charm spell, fueled by their Xaryxis star, unbreakable by any Githyanki magic. It's a rare instance when a Githyanki knight.
So Githyanki tend to ride, not tend to, their mounts are red dragons. And so she's saying it's a rare instance when a Githyanki knight is separated from the dragon, but they've got this special charm spell the elves do. So, so the young dragon must be hunted and slain. Okay, our ancient pact with the Red Dragon Queen Tiamat demands it, as the souls of the dragon be returned to her in Avernus if the contract is broken. Well, that's interesting. I kind of like that little bit of lore. That I don't know actually whether that's the case. I don't recall hearing such a thing. So we'll go to planet Vaerduran. And let's see which one we want to do first. Flip the script, so we'll meet with her mole. Which is over here. That's kind of near the dragon. Maybe we should defeat the underboss first. So we'll choose the underboss. That is this guy, Malice Syndicate. So we'll do that first since it's over in this direction. We'll just try to run back past any foes. This is cool. This reminds me of, like, you know, Star Trek episodes or something like that, or Geonosis on Star Wars. You know, lots of molten stuff. Very rocky. Oh, look, there's all these fire giant enforcers. I actually haven't been in this area. What are the little things? Goon. Oh, these are all Malice Syndicate. Oh, interesting. Okay. I was wondering if they're gonna attack me, and they did. So they've got rune magic. That was that kind of glowing blue color there that they actually use in a lot of the giant adventures. They use this. So, oh, there's the. Oh yeah. So it's just an underboss here. And we can try to take that out, see if we can avoid getting all the other ones here. Oh, behind you, and you finally turn around and see. Oh, I hate when they run off. Come back, I don't want to aggro everything. Smart. I like when they throw rocks. That's pretty neat. They all like come at you and then throw rocks. It's pretty neat. Come on, come on, come on. You're too slow. Alright, so I took down the goon, which was just a giant. So somebody who has information for us, or, you know, I don't know, to me this feels like wanted to meet with you directly, but maybe that's because they're actually evil. All right, so let's see. We've got a bunch of astral elves, but they're secretly. Oh, the guards are here. Oh, okay, they were all pretending to be good, and they just suddenly showed up. So, not moles. There's some little folk I have to attack because they saw me. But I like that. I like that. Just suddenly changed to look like evil folks. Oh, now they're there again. All right, so last thing is to defeat the dragon, which is Feryx. So the Githyanki had a dragon companion. You can see it in there. And, oh, you're right here. There's lots of elves too. I think I'm gonna avoid aggroing those. Cool looking. Always like the way the red dragons look. Yeah, and you guys showed up. Good for you. Jump away. Jump back. Heal myself. Honor guard has a shield. So I'm back behind. There we go. Now it's just you and me, dragon. Oh, that wasn't nasty. Hey, that's the end of you, Feryx. Though apparently I have now freed the red dragon's soul to go be with Tiamat, so that's not the coolest thing to have done, but I guess that's just the way it is. Alright, so let's just go. We'll start with the Githyanki this time. First, our Supreme Commander.
The departure of Feryx brings great sorrow. Zaza will mourn his passing. His soul now rests with his queen Tiamat in the 9 hells. Though the pact was broken and his death was necessary, the might of a young dragon is
so now I'm getting the
great.
traditional greeting in our tongue.
Our enemies, the
Shkathza.
Star Elves. Your actions speak much Istik,
That's cool.
showcasing a strength that rivals the most formidable of Githyanki warriors. In recognition of this, we offer our respect. We choose to honor you with the traditional greeting in our tongue, Shkathza. May we be lucky to fight shoulder to shoulder.
Well, cool. I have completed that quest, and I did not get a new one, I note. Let's see how we're doing here on our adventure tracker. We still got some currency. Talk to Vocath.
The fools in the Syndicate failed to grasp the urgency of halting the Empire's
Okay,
advances.
that's good to know. So yeah, the Malice Syndicate apparently doesn't
Even
agree
their
with
own
attacking the
planet
Star Elves.
They squabble over my affairs in the region. Eliminating their underboss on Vaerduran will
So we got rid of the underboss, so that favored us. Great. Okay, so now our general.
It's suddenly clear why the mole wanted to
Oh
meet
yeah,
with
suddenly
me.
clear. Well, I
I
can't
can
imagine
only
someone
imagine
would
the
double
havoc
cross you.
this double agent has caused within the coalition. Luckily, our plans are advanced
All right.
enough that the damage will likely be minimal.
da.
It's rather short-sighted of them to think I'd willingly put myself in such jeopardy. I always
Okay.
travel with
So
security.
that's all good. And we are done with all those quests. So Alright, so now that I'm turning in the quests, I get two things. I get some coins, which I think the first time was a different, something else that a different character got, because I'd done this on one other character. So I just get gold for the second one, but it was some other benefit. And then here I get another boon point for the progression. And having done those, I get a new quest. So there will indeed at least something from Vocath. So what will Vocath's quest be? Well, let's find out next time on Lore of Neverwinter. Thanks for watching. If you like the work I do on these efforts, please consider supporting me by becoming a Patreon member. Patreon members gain access to the community we have on Discord, where we discuss upcoming projects and the RPG industry. And you'll gain access to exclusive adventure, encounter, and monster design tools, as well as 2 free supplements: the Game Master's Guide to Evolving Magic Items, and also rules for collaborative campaign creation. If you can't support me with a membership, you can pick up my products on DriveThruRPG, and you can also join my mailing list at alphastream.org to gain one of them for free. Thanks so much for considering supporting me.